Outrage in Ferguson, Missouri today after police shot and killed an unarmed teenager Saturday afternoon.
He shot again, and once my friend felt that shot, he turned around and he put his hands in the earth, and he started to get down, but the officer still approached with his weapon drawn, and he fired several more shots, and my friend died.
Our baby, your baby, everybody baby can be the next Mike.
They're getting shot at every night by the cops. Man, you just shot him!
The point-blank shot by the white officer into the back of the unarmed Oscar Grant killed him. Violent and fiery protests erupted in the wake of Grant's death amid cries of police brutality against African-American men.
This teenage boy, who was carrying nothing but soda and Skittles, was shot and killed by a neighborhood watch captain.
You know, if I had a son, he'd look like Trayvon.
It can be tough being a young African-American male in today's society. African-American males are underserved and inappropriately served in the mental health care system. The combination of institutional racism, unconscious societal stereotypes, and stigma make it difficult to identify these disparities, let alone begin to eliminate them.
When we look at the mental health system and its treatment of young black males, we see that there's a lot of racism that exists. And this racism, of course, the foundation of it would be stereotypes. And stereotypes about young black men happen to be very negative stereotypes. One stereotype is that they're violent, and another stereotype is that they're not smart enough for talk therapy. So often, rather than having talk therapy, they are medicated.
When we do seek treatment, we are often subjected to skepticism, microaggression, and over-medication with antipsychotic drugs.
And of course, we see in the movies and in television programming that black males are often typecast as criminals, as people who you don't want to associate with. But I think even more so is reality situations. And what do I mean by reality situations? News. The terminology that's used to characterize a black versus a white shooter, or black versus a white criminal, or black versus a white whatever. It's a totally different treatment by the media.
The media depicts black males in a number of ways. Violent, dishonest, undependable, uneducated, drug dealers, and users. And while there are individuals who conform to these stereotypes of black males, as in any group, as individuals we face far more problems in society than we create. Unemployment, which among young black men is higher than for any other group. Massive unemployment leads to poverty, and poverty rates among young black men aged 18 to 26 are higher than for other groups. Pervasive fear of law enforcement caused by differential treatment by police and unequal enforcement of the criminal justice system. We need to get beyond the beats and the lyrics to a real discussion of the problems transition-aged black men face that cause depression, acting out, and far too often, suicide by police. Recently, the African American Health Institute of San Bernardino and the California Mental Health Services Agency convened two groups of young black men aged 18 to 26 to talk about their issues. Let's hear some of what they had to say.
If you go to a white neighborhood and you go to a black neighborhood, the concept is already different. Straight up, when a mother talks to her son that's a white, call the police, son. If something goes bad, call them. They'll be here to help you. But as at least my family, my mom straight up told me, like, yo, when you see the police, don't make too much eye contact. Don't look fidgety, because if you do, they're gonna stop you.
Honestly, it's just a lot of social media, first of all, and just how they exploit just so much negativity on African American males.
No one's on your team, really.
I've been in a position where I had a doctor that was supposed to prescribe me medicine. My medicine to me is to help you get better, but this guy just wanted to just keep me sedated.
You know, everybody that's in this group right now, we're in our 20s, but you know, in a minute we're about to be in our 30s, and then in our 40s, and then people are going to start looking up to us. You know, and nobody asks to be a role model or a mentor, but when you ain't looking, people are looking at you. And a lot of times people don't even look at people that are in their community. They look at the people on the TV because that's who they want to be like, because that's where they see that the money is. And that's you know, a problem that we have with the media, you know what I mean, and how they portray African American males.
It's fear that's been imposed on us all our lives, and that's what got us in these little shields and have these masks or whatnot, because we scared.
What we see here is that when African Americans are stopped and they have any kind of drugs that are illegal drugs on them, they are incarcerated. Instead of African Americans being referred to mental health care or referred to what they call diversion, in which they're going to get some intervention, they're often put in prison.
And when we, as America's perceived public enemy number one, do seek treatment, what happens? Over-medication, intrusive counseling, and the ongoing fear of intervention by the police.
So forever, they have to be vigilant. No matter who they're with, no matter where they are, they have this target on their backs. That's got to have an impact on their mental health. Constantly, they're under surveillance when they walk into a store, when they go out just to play sports. Whatever they're doing, they're constantly under surveillance, and they're constantly in this fight or flight mode.
What would work for us when we seek mental health care? More accessible, equitable treatment, more emphasis on recovery, less over-medication, better access to drug and alcohol treatment programs, supportive employment programs, especially for former offenders, and advocates who care.
There is a stigma associated with mental illness and the problems young black men face in our society. The way the mental health care system works and the fact that almost no one listens to what we see as our needs drive us away from the traditional system. We need advocates who care and want to make a difference. Can that be you?